Ernie Vital, Debbie Lamprell, Gary Maunders, Bertie Haftom.
The names and faces of the 72, killed when a fire ripped through their home, a disaster which we now know could and should have been prevented.
The simple truth is that the deaths that occurred were all avoidable, and those who lived in the tower were badly failed over a number of years.
7 years on, families are still racked with grief.
Moses was just a very gentle soul. He protected both Jackie and I throughout our teenage years. He was just a lovely person. He helped me raise my children.
Today's Grenfell inquiry report finally brings some answers.
I was very happy that the inquiry team named the major players. The fact that he mentioned the construction industry, it means that they really understood that it was important that these people be held accountable.
Ed Defan escaped from the tower that night, just months after predicting a tragedy in the building.
For me, I think the thing about it is that there isn't a Poirot moment where there's like one culprit. It's kind of like grappling with all these different elements and how badly we were failed by so many people, with the consequence that we lost 72 lives, our homes were destroyed, and our community has been put into trauma for 7 years.
For the survivors and those who lost family, friends and neighbours that night, this is a momentous moment. The inquiry report going through in forensic, painstaking detail how over decades a series of failures and deliberate decisions led to this tragedy. But for the community, what comes next is even more important.
From a personal perspective, justice to me looks like some people in jail. I don't want corporate manslaughter. That's just a huge fine to a company. That does nothing. Things need to change. Grenfell can't happen again.
The tenant management organisation.
The tragedy traumatised an entire community, and at 11 o'clock, people came together as the report was published.
The report is and should be taken as now a statement of truth. I think residents in the local community, as well as bereaved family and survivors who we are thinking of today, who have gone through so much, have waited long enough.
For years, survivors and the bereaved have demanded three things: truth, change and justice. They now have the truth of what happened that night. Next, they want accountability and action. Rachael Venables, Sky News in North Kensington.